Question number 7 is transformations again. So we have y equals 1 on x squared plus 1, and we have a dilation, translation, ask for the new equation. Okay, so I've got my table with me. So I've got a dilation by a factor of 3 from the x-axis. Okay, so my table tells me when I dilate by a factor of 3 from the x-axis, I replace y with y on 3. Therefore, I'm going to have y on 3 equals 1 on x squared plus 1. I replace y exactly with y on 3. Doing a bit of a clean up, that gives me y equals 3 on top of x squared plus 3. Okay, so what's next? Dilation by a factor of 1/3 from the y-axis. Dilation by a factor of 1/3 from the y-axis. So dilation by a factor of 1/3 from the y-axis, dilation by a factor of 1 on a from the y-axis. I replace x with ax. Therefore, I've got y equals 3 on top of squared plus 3, but the x becomes 3x. So, doing a bit of a clean up, y equals 3 on top of 9x squared plus 3, y equals 1 on x squared plus 3, and now I've got a couple of dilations. I'm going left 1, so if I translate left 1, therefore I need to translate a units. I've done the translations together, so I replace a with x minus 1, so replace x with x plus 1, so I end up with y equals 1 on top of 3 squared plus 3, and then ends up being x plus 1, and then lastly I've gone up 2 units. I translate up 2 units, therefore I replace y with y minus 2, y minus 2 equals 1 on top of 3 x plus 1 squared plus 3, therefore y equals 1 on top of 3 x plus 1 squared plus 5 is going to be my final answer. Now I do it one by one, and I do the replacement exactly as they are. Wherever y is, I write y divided by 3. Wherever x is, I put 3 plus x. It goes inside the bracket. Okay, and then lastly, the graph has been presented. I've got to draw f of 2x. So I'm going to use this column here, and when I have f of 2x, I've actually got this one here, f of ax, and f of ax is a dilation by a factor of 1 on a towards the y-axis. Therefore, I'm dilating by a half from the y. It's a squash. It's a squash going that way. So this will go to there, that will go to there, that stays where it is, this will come over to here, and I have a graph that looks like this. And that's the graph of the dilation. So just to repeat, I've picked up from the formal notation column where f of 2x was, and there it is there, f of ax. And f of ax is a dilation by a factor of 1 on a from the y-axis. Therefore, we're squashing towards the y-axis. And that's question number 7.